It's it's going to be limited. We can only go about an hour. Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. It is Saturday, July 25th. It is episode 500 and what? 19th. Good Lord, who'd have thunk I'd be around that long? Hey, listen, so let me just turn it over to you. So I'm going to ask Ron to do a mic test.
Can y'all hear me?
Does she sound good? Okay, hold on.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yep. Is that better? Yes. Okay.
Okay. Do one more time.
Hello?
You don't have to turn your head towards
Hello?
it.
Hello? Sean's making me uncomfortable. Now it just...
How about that?
Now that just looks weird, doesn't it? That look weird?
We'll get it back.
Oh, that's fine. Wait, what are you doing? Just look like that. Okay, that doesn't look weird, does it? But y'all can hear me. Y'all see Sean on the trampoline? Oh, if y'all could only see. I need to take a picture from over there back so they can see everything.
So yesterday we spent some time with, who'd we spend some time with?
Kyle Wilson.
Yeah, and?
Kyle Wilson, Mark Victor Hansen, Crystal Dwyer Hansen, Tom Ziegler.
Special guest.
Special guest, flippin' Les Brown. What? Yes, he just happened to be free and willing to jump on Kyle's call, just, whatever, no big deal. And then we had, if y'all didn't see one of my posts on social media,
Coach A.M. Williams.
Coach A.M. Williams. Go follow Coach A.M. Williams. The guy's been broadcasting for 10 years from a hospital bed about a limitless life. Yeah, go figure the irony in that. In 10 minutes, he gave us 4 points that were so amazing. It was unreal. Coach A.M. Williams, amazing guy. I'm gonna get him on a call. We're gonna get him on a morning call.
We'll get him on a Saturday call for sure.
Yeah, because he's on the West Coast.
Could do it.
Or was he in Atlanta?
Probably Atlanta.
Probably Atlanta. Amazing. So everybody that was on that call, I had both journals out because I had my note-taking journal and then I had my click journal, because I put in my click journal the worthy, unworthy thoughts that you wrestle with. And Sean's going to be a goofball in the back. So it was, where are you going?
I'm leaving. You're in charge.
Okay. It was quite interesting. He'll be back. He's just messing with us. It was quite interesting what I went through mentally. I got to keep everything going, don't I? Yikes. Showing up on this phone call, but I felt better after Kyle sent me a actual personal invitation to attend the call. I wasn't going to be like hiding in the background dressed in green to mesh in with the green screen so no one could see me. I was actually able to be seen on the call, and then Sean got Kyle on a phone call afterwards, and I was actually able to be on a phone call with Kyle and visit with him. And he's such a nice guy. And what's crazy, y'all, is the day before, I went and got my hair done at the little salon there in my little town in Maybank, Texas. And this lady came out, and she had on she was the massage therapist. She has a little room in the back. She had this shirt on, and it said "Feeling Naughty," Knotty. And then on the back it said "Get a massage." And I'm like, oh, that is the cutest shirt. And I wanted to take a picture. And I kept hearing, take a picture. I kept hearing it. But I thought, I don't want to throw some woman up on social media with a shirt that says "Feeling Naughty" across her chest. So I'm like, why am I wanting to take a picture? So she and I got in this long conversation, and spiritually we're eye to eye, and we just connected and had this great time while my hair was processing. And I told her how God had changed through this quarantine. God's changed everything about my life and launched me into a total different place than I've ever been. And we were talking, and I said, yeah, even this weekend, I'm going to be around people that, for all intents and purposes, I haven't necessarily done anything to be in this realm of people. And she goes, oh, that's amazing. I'm like, have you ever heard of Jim Rohn? She's like, I think I have. And I said, well, his agent, his kind of like publicist for 20 years, his right-hand man is Kyle Wilson, and he's this amazing. And she cut me off. She's like, Kyle Wilson? I went to high school with Kyle Wilson in Vernon, Texas. I'm like, shut up. You're kidding me. She's like, no. If you knew Kyle, when I knew Kyle, you would not believe he is doing what he's doing. And so I said, we got to snap a picture. So I snapped a picture and sent it to Sean. And I was like, I told him, I said, get this to Kyle. And he sent it over to Kyle. And of course, that gave Kyle and I a something to talk about, a topic to talk about. And Kyle instantly sent back to Sean, kind of, he was excited to see the picture. And he was like, invite both of them to the Zoom. You can send them both the links. So, yeah, it was crazy. And that was pretty interesting to me because I'm not to the point where I can necessarily, I could make it happen financially to be in this mastermind, but it would be a stress. So then every time I went to the mastermind, I would be going, oh, golly, So it was pretty interesting and quite kind that Kyle sent that out. But I thought, how interesting that 2 days before I'd come up here to secretly sneak in on a, Zoom call, I meet Kyle Wilson's high school friend. So it's pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So when I got up here, I was nervous. It would be, yeah, you can shake your head. It's okay. Any of us would be slightly nervous because you're in a realm of people that are making.
Well, you got the guy who sold 500 million books.
Yeah, the best-selling author ever
in history.
Mark Victor Hansen.
And he wants to sell 1 billion.
Yes. And you talk about the sweetest people. So I'm walking in going, oh my heavens, this is kind of heavy. Oh, it kicked me out. So you're going to have to man the back room.
Boy, not only did I get kicked out, now I'm in charge of the back room. For the love of goodness
East
gracious.
Texas is here. Y'all watch out.
Wow.
So, okay.
So notes. Go through your notes.
Go through my notes. Which notes? The regular notes or the quick journal notes?
Well, you got to ask the crowd for that one.
Which one y'all want? Look at Ann. Ann's like, no.
Regular notes.
Latoya's like, don't do it again, Rhonda. Don't do it again.
I can't
We'll do that some other time.
Okay, let me see here. Sean, do you want to do them with me?
I'll give some feedback, but I don't have any notes. I'm going to have to borrow yours.
So overall, before I do...
And the reason I didn't have any notes because I'm producing the event.
Yeah, he's working, and he's Kyle's right-hand man. So understand, Kyle, 5-6 figures a month in what he does? Easy. When he started talking about buying books and just giving them away, he's like, books are cheap, $20-$30 a book. Just buy as many as you can and give them away. It's cheap. And I'm like, hey, baby, $20-$30 is still a lot of money. I can't just be buying $20-$30 books and handing them out. I'm like, I don't make no 5-6 figures a month yet.
Do I have to do this every time I get on the platform?
I'm just glad I can't see you in person. Oh, my coffee. So here's what I got overall, and then we'll go from a 30,000 foot view. We'll go down to like a 100-foot view. You guys come back. What I got from this is I'm not playing all out. I'm playing super small. I'm playing not 1 foot in the grave. I'm playing like I'm laying in the grave and I'm just waving my hand above the earth.
Don't throw the dirt on me yet.
Yeah, that's what I got from this. That's how we're playing. And I got to see when you play full out what it looks like, what it sounds like, what it feels like. Now this was 3%ers, so to speak, speaking from a 3% mind. Which
the 3% of the 3%.
Yeah, the top elite of the 3% club. So they didn't necessarily, this wasn't a how do you transition from being in the grave to coming out of the grave and dancing on the earth. This was simply watching people that have already done it and what it looks like in them, the joy, the level of joy that's in them, the level of excitement that's in them, and just how amazing it is to step into your purpose. I got to see their routine. I got to hear how they start. Jeanette Ortega, is that her name? Jeanette Ortega, if you don't follow her, world-class fitness guru, fitness expert, nutrition expert, soft, gentle spirit, but saucy. She's saucy. Go look at her pictures. All the guys will want to follow her easily. She started us off with meditation, and I thought it was quite interesting. I'm sitting here in my brain and I'm listening to my insecurities, and I'm listening to their playing full out, and then I'm listening to we're all the same. So you put all three of those together and you get, I can do this too. Because the other thing I heard is when some of those people would come on, they were insecure speaking on a Zoom. And that just shocked me. Some of them were nervous when they were speaking on camera, and I thought, how in the world can y'all be nervous? I have something to be nervous about. Y'all need to just suck it up and show up big. But that's how, if you think about it, that's how we do with anybody we talk to also. So I watched them go through their process. I took the notes, but I also analyzed their behavior, if that makes sense. And I watched how we did meditation. Then we went through Dr. Amy. She did breathing. So Kyle put...
Dr. Amy's been on our call.
Yeah, y'all know Dr. Amy, the breathing coach that we've had. I saw how Kyle allowed everyone to get out of their way and into a proper state in their mind and in their heart and in their physical body to receive what it is he had brought to them this weekend. And it stuck out even more how important that is. How important it is to, oops, I keep hitting this. I talk with my hands, I'm going to end up hitting this microphone. Or I got to back away. Anyway, how important it is to put us in a place of success. So it was...
Suck it up.
Stop. So it was really curious to me how the body can hijack you. And if you don't get it to calm down and you don't get the brain to calm down, it's like the video I put up yesterday. I said yes to coming up here and being on this before my head could hijack my heart. And when you go through those processes, and if Kyle and these very successful people are going through these processes, I probably need to do those too. It's kind of one of those things that when you find somebody that has what you want, you just do what they do. It may not make sense, but you just do what they do. You'll figure out why it makes sense later. So overall, I got a lot of hope and encouragement because I saw them nervous. I saw them for like milliseconds nervous to ask a question because you saw it run through their brain really quickly. Is this going to be a stupid question? But then they just asked it. So they don't fight with the old story as long, but it still dances around in the background. Does that make sense? So they're able to get through it faster. So that was encouraging to me because it told me I'm just like them. I just got to get a little faster on my response time and quit reacting. My response time is quicker to just shut the old story down and let it have its place, thank it for getting me here, and move forward. So that was the whole overall thing. And one other big takeaway from the whole overall picture is Kyle and, I think it was Kyle and Tom, or somebody else, one of the other guys, they were talking about how Les Brown came on, and Les Brown doesn't skip a beat. He looks like Tony Robbins, like he was in front of, 8,000-10,000 people. He had the same cadence. He had the same charisma. He had the same laugh. He knew where the audience would feed back to him, but he's sitting upstairs in his house. And they talked about
With his
how
high five or whatever you call high top.
oh, with his high top fade, his kid and play. Yeah, that's what it looked like, Gina. It's pretty funny to see Les Brown with that. I got pictures, y'all.
Up
y'all
in
can-
here.
Yeah.
Up in here.
That's it. But he did this, and they were talking about how, man, he doesn't skip a beat, and he knew, and he doesn't have an audience or anything, and instantly it hit me. We have an advantage. That's what I heard. The advantage is I haven't started with the audience. I haven't started with the crowd clapping for me or roaring back at me with laughter or praise or anything. I have started with a cell phone and a camera in my messy Lego room. And to me, that's an advantage, because instead of weaning off an audience and them playing back to me and me playing back to them, it's all in here. And it just reiterated everything I need right in here. And I think that's a huge advantage. I haven't had it any other way. So it's kind of one of those things where you don't know what you're missing. They're not going to be able to see if you put it there. You don't know what you're
I'm
missing.
not even on the show.
Yeah, you are. Stop it. You don't know what you're missing because you never had it. Because they made a pretty big deal about how interesting it is to speak in front of an audience and have that feedback. So I wanted to, as soon as I heard that, it got me excited, and it got me excited to want to tell y'all, because you're working at an advantage in what I'm calling the artificial intelligence era. You got somebody in the back room. Because you've never been up in front of an audience getting that feedback. So I think that's huge. I think that's one of those defining differences. So anything to say on?
Well, so the key to that is there's a lot of people who have probably been in an audience, and there's a lot of people who have never stood in front of an audience, but they have an audience.
Yeah.
And where the disconnect happens is that the people who are listening in the audience have been in an audience before, and they're expecting their brain next to being in an audience. So that's where there has to be some feedback, some recognition. So there's some key things that you have to learn to do and how to do it. Now, if you're going to give content, give content. The challenge is a lot of times we'll be in the middle of content and we'll start to say hello to people, and then we forget to get back onto the content. So it's part of really knowing your message and picking the right time in your content to not be interrupted. So from just a production standpoint, knowing that when you go live and you see people, hi everybody, it's Sean Murphy. Listen, I wanted to share with you a couple of things. Hey, look at all of the people coming in. Here's the couple of things, right? Always go back, always tag it back to that last little bit before you start it again, right? You know, and I was talking to you a little bit about journaling, and the journaling is all about, hey, listen, there's Tommy. Hey, Tommy, how are you, Tommy and Karen? Good to see y'all. Listen, that thing about journaling that I wanted to talk to you about, you've got to bring them back to the link, because they're going to be looking for it. So this is just little things. You can give the recognition, because we want to, there's somebody on my live. Yay! Let me recognize them. Or the other thing is that we don't recognize them at all. But here's the biggest thing I will see about that, is that I still went back to posts that people have put up in the last 72 hours, and you haven't gone back and liked your own posts, the people who have commented in your posts. You got to go back and click on the hearts or click on the likes or thank them for showing up, respond to them, because this is free audience. This is free audience. And if you go back and recognize them, because most speakers won't go back and recognize the people. So if you've got people who are showing up on your lives making comments, DM them. Listen, if you've only got 20 people making comments, wouldn't it make sense to reach out to 20 people who said, hey, nice job on your live? Whether it be on Instagram or Facebook or any place else. But go back and reach out to them and say, hey, thanks. What's happening? Wonderful. Karen, Katrina, I'm kind of, this isn't my show. This is the Rhonda Bird Parker show today. Yeah, see, I'm over here. Hi.
Yeah, get to where they can see you.
How are you?
Get out here.
Hi.
It was so funny.
Welcome to
Okay,
Sean's
can
show.
you get out
but
of her shot then?
Yeah.
Please get out of her shot.
Yes, thank you.
I love you, Rhonda.
So
I'm here for you.
I'm just a talking mouth today. So here's what I really wanted to say. The key is
Just messing with you. I was wondering if you heard that.
no, what'd you say? I didn't hear it. I have it recorded though. What'd you
I
say?
know, nothing. I said I love you and I can't live without you.
You got it. Yeah, right. So that's what that's what I would share with you as far as audience. Could you get out of a shot?
Okay, so I'll go over a few things. So Kyle started.
say.
Stop. Kyle started off with show up and playful out. Be a receiver and a giver.
I'll translate. Be a receiver.
Stop. Can I throw something?
You know the towel's gone.
I know. We need a towel, or it's going to be a ceramic mug. So how many of y'all know? There we go. Thank you. How many of y'all know Ray and Jessica Higdon? Are y'all familiar with the Higdons? No. Wow, that's interesting. So Ray and Jessica Higdon, they're coaches. They both made a huge teams in network marketing. You may have heard of rank makers. Have you ever seen anybody say anything about rank makers? Okay. They are the founders of Rank Makers and the Higdon Group.
And that's just a training. That's not a network marketing company.
No, they only train now. They are not in a company any longer. They're just trainers and coaches. And they are, if you saw, we've done 14-day challenges before. If you've ever seen anybody do 14-day challenges where they do 14 days of lives every day, they do one a day. Okay, that's part of Ray and Jessica's training. Ray Higdon is a fabulous trainer. Very easy, very down to earth, very cut and dry. He doesn't do a lot of fluff. He just tells you like it is. And they're starting to get even, what did he paid Grant Cardone like $100,000 to.
They spent $250,000 last year in coaching.
Yeah. For them to be coached so they could go coach better. Does that make sense? Yeah. But they're really down to earth. And this is the first time Kyle and some of these people have ever been introduced to Ray and Jessica. I've been introduced to them because Sean introduced me to them because I wanted to get better at my videos and my lives and my presentation on social media. So Sean, back when the other story.
That's me.
That's Sean, who used to be on this call. Sean, he introduced me to them. And they really catapulted me into social media better. So they were on yesterday. This is the first time this elite group in this mastermind, this inner circle, had ever seen them or heard from them. And it's so funny. Everything that they hung on, the mastermind, the inner circle.
But wait a second. So when we went into our breakout rooms, what was the thing everybody?
That's what I was about to say. Everything they hung on was the one thing Sean has told us over and over and over.
But even before that, when they heard it was network marketing, everybody.
They all kind of rolled their eyes and were like, ugh. Oh my gosh.
All right, I can multitask.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they were thinking. Oh, and I won't say her name, but she used to be on these calls a lot, and she's this amazing author. She was on last year's calls. She even said when she heard network marketing, she said, you know what, I'll just get some book work done and I'll look like I'm listening. And then after Ray and Jessica began to talk, she's like, I couldn't stop watching. I couldn't do anything except lean in and listen. And the one thing, and y'all have heard him say this, and y'all are all going to go, oh, this is what this elite group of Inner Circle hung on. Your notes, your journals are your uncashed checks. Ray Higdon says that all the time. All the time. Sean Murphy says that all the time.
And I always say I got it from Ray.
Yeah, all the time. All the time. When this elite group's just, I mean, their jaws almost went, like you almost saw everybody's jaws just hit their table. And I'm over here going, y'all ain't never heard that. I'm over here like in my little hood mind going, y'all ain't never heard that. What's, how I know it and y'all don't. They loved that. And they loved how they could take that and go teach on their social media platforms the notes that they get from events. So listen to that. That's huge. Because how many pages of notes do y'all have from Sean's calls? I've got pages and pages of notes. And it hit them, and they were all going, oh my gosh, we can just take this and teach this. And was it the one lady that raised $1 million in 2 hours?
Anna.
She raised $1 million in 2 hours, and she was even blown away by this. So it's these little small things. So set that aside for a minute. Here's the thing I keep hearing, and it just sets my heart on fire. Jim Rohn said it. It's a handful of things you have to get good at, and that's it. It's just a handful of things you have to get good at. Sean, if you go back and listen to Sean's call, he says the same thing over and over and over again. It's like 5, 6 things you got to get good at. If you go listen to Tony Robbins, same thing. If you go listen to Ray and Jessica Higdon, same thing. And now being in part of this mastermind, this inner circle, it's the same thing. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's so hopeful, y'all. There's not all this huge stuff you have to learn. It's just getting good at 5 or 6 things, and that's it. So Ray and Jessica came on. They lit it up in their normal way. And it was interesting to see these high-end entrepreneurs just latch on to their information and soak it in. And I see Kayla nodding, because Kayla's been involved with Ray and Jessica Higdon. She's been trained by them. Angel Fletcher pulls them in all the time to our team, to train our team all the time. I mean, so Angel and Ryan got engaged at the Rank Makers Live event on stage. So we are really, really intertwined with Ray and Jessica Higdon. And it's because Angel wants us all to win so bad, she gives us everything she possibly can. And what's crazy is we don't have to pay for it. So that's really cool. And speaking of that, Kyle Wilson has never paid a speaker on any of his calls. He has high-end speakers, and he never pays a one. They come on because of the benefit, the added benefit it is for them, and it goes both ways.
And this thing called COVID.
Well, it is called COVID, too. I ain't worried about COVID.
No.
So some of the things, do we want to go through Ray and Jessica, or you want me to just kind of go over highlight?
Because we'll break it out we'll do a breakout here in a little bit. Quickly.
Okay. So here's some of the things that I got from Ray and Jessica. I'll just kind of go through, and if you find something, Sean, you want to stop on it. Ray gave his story. You should Google Ray Higdon's story and read his story, where he came from. Crazy, crazy childhood. And then
Mom stuck him in a chest with a fork. So I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. It can be that grotesque. So the first 2 things that I hung on was build from the bottom up. A lot of the times in network marketing, it's all the high people, and they just stay up high and they want to build up high. They say build from the bottom up. Start your foundation. Go help those people that are just coming in. Go help those people that, haven't, I hate this word, qualified. Go help them. Build from there up. Start your foundation, and then out-teach your competition. Out-teach your competition. That does not mean out-teach your comp plan. That does not mean out-teach your competition is provide so much value in what it is you're doing and how you're going, and you're getting trained, and you're constantly sharpening your saw, and you're constantly getting around the people you need to get even better where you're at, and then come back and teach them everything. What Sean and I are doing right now. Come back and teach everything you can.
ILT.
Yes, invest, learn, teach.
That was for me.
And Kyle mentioned, he interrupted Ray and Jessica for a second because they were talking about social media, and Kyle said, you're doing social media for those that are looking for you. That's your audience. You're doing social media, Karen needs in, for those that are looking for you. The whole focus a lot of times on this call was, there's someone looking for you. They're waiting to hear it from your voice. Play full out so they can find you. You might be that one voice that keeps them from falling off the edge of the cliff. Why are you playing small? Quit playing small. Then the other on Ray and Jessica, educate more than anyone else does.
And educate doesn't mean
comp plan.
show them how good your booty looks.
Don't be educating people on your crotch or your boobs or your cleavage. And we don't need to see no crotch shots on boys either, or educating on watches or tennis shoes or nothing like that. We don't need to see none of that. I don't need to see none of that. If I see it, I just scroll right past it. What? Oh, the watches.
I'm doing the look away. You should be trading. I shouldn't have said that.
You should. Sean, hang on.
You.
There, I got him, y'all. I got him. I got you covered. I got you covered. Don't worry about it.
You should be losing weight.
So then on the invest, learn, teach. That's easy to hear and you go, oh man, that sounds really good. One of the notes I took on there was whatever the desire or the problem of the person you are talking to is, learn, invest, learn, teach on that. Identify the desire of the person or the audience you're speaking to, or the problem of the audience you're speaking to. Learn their desires and their problems, and then you can get really, really focused on what you teach. That makes sense? Good so far? Yeah? Okay. And then one of the things that, and I loved this, this was huge for me. It might not be for you, but it was for me. When Jessica went from nothing in nothing in network marketing to going full force on social media. And she went and built an empire and like a 6-figure income in no time. I can't remember the time length. But she said, before you get on social media, set intentions before getting on there. So you don't get sucked into cat videos or COVID memes or fun music videos. Set your intentions before you pick up your phone to get on social media. And if you have to, set some timers, but set up what you're going to do. Y'all will see I post a lot on social media. There's a lot of the times I'm not on the platform. I will do it from another app, or I'll do it from my gallery. I'll do it from somewhere else and I'll put it up. Now, what I will do is in 15 or 20 minutes after I've posted something, my intention is to go in there. I go to my page a lot of times and I double check my post first. And if anyone's interacted, I interact with them quickly because I want them to get some pretty quick feedback. And I visit with them. I like everything. Someone needs in. And I make sure it's there. And then my next intention is go to everybody else's and go send out as much love and likes and words of encouragement or whatever I possibly can. So I really like that. Set the intentions. And then the other thing that Ray said is ooze authenticity. Be yourself and ooze authenticity. And I really like that because for me, I can see people get on social media and in like 0.2 seconds, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's just not right. Who are they trying to be? You know? And you can see them. I would rather see someone stutter and stumble and fall through a presentation just trying to be themselves than I would someone's got it all together and, you know, and then when you see them, you don't even recognize them. Like, what? Who are you? Like, you can't even distinguish who they are. So ooze authenticity. I finally got some of that into my head and I quit having to worry about looking absolutely perfect or with eye makeup and everything. And I'm like, you know what? Sometimes they just need to see me. Dana needs back in. Do I have to do all this? Kayla, he's going to cut me. So when he gets mad at me, Kayla, can I come live in Panama with you? Look at her. She's like, yeah, y'all both crazy is what she's thinking. Turn the camera back on, Sean.
Since we're on Ray Higdon, can I just interject real quick?
Yes.
Thanks to Ray's Rank Makers, that's how I blew up my business. I hit my first, this was my second network marketing business, started August 18th. In about 60 days, I hit my first executive level.
Nice.
And it is only because I did exactly what Ray said to do in Rank Makers. So, y'all, he's got a system. It works. I mean, I'm proof positive, and it's only because of him that I did it. So, just a big hats off to Ray and Jess. If y'all don't know who they are, let me tell you, they got a system down pat.
Yeah. That's awesome, Michelle. That's so cool. He
Yeah. Um,
Go ahead, Kayla.
and Jessica have this course in internet,
Social media.
social media, about social media, and I think it costs like she put it down like $49. I think it was 49 or 149. I don't remember, but it's short. You go to these steps, and it's real nice, and you get a lot. And she teach you there how she didn't like. I mean, she was doing like everything like like wrong, and that way she still got it. So it's real cool. I mean, if you guys want to know about her and a quick way with her, she got that course there.
Were you gonna say something?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
It's 9:09. You got 10 minutes.
Okay. I'm trying to hurry.
Skip to the next one.
I am. The next one. Uh, Stop. You make me nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Value. So he said he mentioned
No,
about
the next
bringing people.
teacher.
Oh, the next teacher. Okay, so get off that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Give him the iceberg. The tip.
Oh, I was like, did nobody talk about an iceberg? You can't be doing that to me. Kyle mentioned how to build an audience.
The wheel.
I don't know what the wheel is. I was
I
going to
know.
ask you because I have questions and it's circled in pink and orange. What's the wheel?
Y'all are part of the wheel. The daily
Turn
awakening.
the camera so they can see you.
The daily awakening is part of the wheel, right? So the daily awakening is part of the wheel. That's how I get you on the list. And then the Les Brown event was part of the wheel. That's how I got you on the list. And the secret sauce, what's your secret sauce, is part of the list. And all of that to then get you to raise your hand. And some of you raised your hand and you joined the Secret Sauce Academy. Some of you went and looked. Some of you didn't join it. That's okay. Either way is fine. And I gave you a chance to raise your hand. That's part of the wheel. The hub of the wheel is you. It is your secret sauce. How you get people to find you and get to your secret sauce is Instagram. It's Instagram posts, it's stories, it's lives. So there's 3 spokes on your wheel. It's a Facebook post, a Facebook live, a Facebook story. So there's 6 spokes on your wheel. It's Pinterest, it's an email list, it's all of these different things. And it's to drive them to find you at the hub. And we'll do a training inside of Secret Sauce on the Wheel for you to get a little more understanding of that.
So spokes on the wheel. That's interesting because the other thing that Kyle kept saying, and everybody else did too. Mark Victor Hansen said it. Crystal Dwyer Hansen said it. Sean has said it. Everybody kept saying this. One of the other underlying stories or things that in common was tell your story and be authentic in telling your story. Be yourself. Let people see you, resonate with you. Tell them your successes. Tell them your desires. Tell them your failures. Tell them your troubles. Tell them everything about you. Tell your story. So I'm sitting here going, if a 6-figure a month earner who's not in network marketing is telling me to tell a story and he promoted Jim Rome for 20 years, I probably need to freaking get good at telling my story. I probably need to key in on telling my story. So tell your story and let people see you. You don't have to give all the dirty details, but you can allude to those the way Sean has taught us. You can ask a question to put someone's mind into, man, I wonder if what happened to me happened to them. So you can just guide their thoughts. He mentioned one thing, and I thought this was interesting, and Sean can break it down, and then I want to give y'all A.M. Williams. Don't step over dollars to get to pennies. Yeah. That one I've still been sitting with. Don't step over dollars to get to pennies. And I'm sure Sean can do a whole.
Well, the whole thing about that is it's 10 times harder to go get a customer than it is to keep a customer.
Yeah.
And we keep running out to go get new customers when we stop, but we stop trying to figure out how do we keep our current customers buying? Because if they bought once, they can buy again. How do we keep them excited? What do we need to feed them? And this whole thing about go out and tell your story, let me let you in on a little secret. The people who are following you now ain't going to be following you when you tell your story.
Mm-mm. That's a little scary.
You're going to have a new audience, but the audience that you're going to have will be advocates. And all you need is advocates.
Oh, I see you, Kayla. I'm going to let Sean do that part. So here's one more thing. I'm going to go to A.M. Williams. There's so much. Here, they were talking, and I broke away from the content for a moment to just analyze who they were and what they're saying and what they're not saying and what I could pick up on. And here's some of the things I saw in common with this high level of group of entrepreneurs. They want to grow more. And this is what we
Mark
have in
Victor
common.
Hansen was on a call with it was the country of Australia.
Yeah.
The country of Australia is bankrupt, and they're calling Mark Victor Hansen. He had a call after ours to help them try to right their economic state.
This is
Right
what we
after
were
our
in.
call. Not Australia, the guy named Australia,
No.
or the band named Australia, the country of Australia. And he's already done 5 calls, and this was the 6th call coming up.
Yeah.
So he had to jump off our call to go do that. He said, I'd much rather stay here because you guys can impact the world greater.
Yeah, crazy. So I was trying to find, how are we common? Because we all breathe the same. We all, in East Texas, we have a saying, they put their pants on one leg at a time, just like we do. So what keeps us in common? What do we have in
If we
common?
have pants on.
If they have pants. Sean has pants on. They want to grow more. They want to overcome mental obstacles. I could hear in some of their questions, they still have mental obstacles. They have stuck moments. There was some of them that you could tell they had a stuck moment, and they were asking questions to get out of the stuck moment. They need a place to receive encouragement. You think they make that kind of money and they're all successful. They still need to be encouraged. And they get nervous on screen. I said that earlier. There goes Sean. And they have chips on their shoulder. The only difference is they kind of come at you with, knock the chip off my shoulder so we can have a chance to talk. Not, if you knock the chip off my shoulder, I'm going to punch you in the face. They use it as an opportunity to start a conversation. So I did that throughout the whole day, is finding things that we had in common. And then this is probably what I have last bit of time for. And this was A.M. Williams. A.M. Williams is amazing. I told y'all he's in a hospital bed for the last 10 years, recovering from a disease. And he speaks on having a limitless life. And when you see him on screen, he will be in his hospital bed with his headset on, kind of like what Alex wears. And you'll never know in his voice the trials because he's so encouraging. And he said, know the truth about who you are. You are not anything but a spirit breathed to life by God. And you should cherish every breath. Nothing in your body has the power to keep you down. Now listen to that, because this man has been, as far as physical, he's had a hard go of it. And he said, in the 10 minutes I have, I want to give you 4 major keys to limitless life. 1, be adventurous. Be able to live with some degree of uncertainty, vulnerability, and be willing to follow your desires. So adventurous. Number 2, have an elevated awareness. You can only elevate to the level of success that you know of. Get around people that have had higher success. I'm excited. Shut up, Sean. Get around people that have had a higher level of success than you've ever known of, because the only level of success you can get to is what you've ever known. So have an elevated awareness. Number 3, have audacious energy. Be defiant. Hang on, I got to read my own. Be defiant to, did he say conventionalism? Suspend your debilitating beliefs. So audacious energy. I got to make sure I'm writing better today. And number 4, authentic expression. Step into the truth that's inside of you. Don't be scared to put what's in you on the menu. And I love that quote. If you quote that, please tag A.M. Williams and give him the credit for it. Don't be scared to put what's in you on the menu.
So that brings up a very important point that most people, as they begin, don't use. Could you imagine if Rhonda just all of a sudden came here and just started reading her notes like they were all hers?
Oh,
That she's like, hey, listen, here I'm going to do a training and a teaching, and she teaches this as if it was her content. Now, it is her content because she's ILTing. But how phony would she sound if all of a sudden she went from 2 days ago not knowing this to today all of a sudden teaching it, and she's saying, listen, y'all need to buy my program. Y'all need to join me in business. Wait a minute, you didn't know how to spell half of these words yesterday, and now all of a sudden you're the expert with it? What gives her credibility is that she was in the audience. What accelerates anybody's credibility is when they step to the front of the room and they have what in their hand?
the pen.
The pen. The one with the pen makes the most money. It doesn't matter what you teach. Your audience will find you. It doesn't matter what you teach. Have a pen, get in front of the room, and you will build an audience.
Well, the other thing that gives you is I had multiple chances, and I took every one of them yesterday to tag Kyle Wilson on a post on my page. I tagged Sean and Kyle as many times as I could think of, and I still have more, and I'll do even more today from today's session. What does that do? That draws Kyle to my page. Is it a little intimidating? Because you're like, I know my page ain't all that in a bag of chips. But it gets his attention, and it pulls in some of his audience. And I get to praise Sean and Kyle in front of my audience. I get to praise them. And it's kind of I scratch your back, you scratch mine, without having to be one of the elite inner circle mastermind people.
Well, I'll say this again. Back in the day, November, December of last year, there was a lot more posts on Instagram of promoting this call. I'm not asking you to promote it, but what happens is when you stop telling people where you're going, people think you stop going where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Right? One of the things that Kyle asked, and he learned this from the real estate guys, and he learns it from Mark and Crystal and all of these people, is you got to tag where you're learning right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to let people know that you are sharpening your saw. Right? It used to be 10, 15 posts. There'd be 80 people on the call. There'd be 10, 15 posts of this call. Now it's 4 and 5, and listen, it's the same handful of people, same dozen people who are promoting this call. I'm just saying, I can only speak to me that I can see it. And when I see you promoting this call, I look at those are the ones that are growing too. So I'm just a clue.
Yeah. If you listen to any of the videos I do, what do I always say? This morning on the call that I'm on, and I'll use hashtag Daily Awakening a lot. I'll use that hashtag a lot. Kyle Wilson showed me something yesterday. He said, of course, he has a whole different level, but I'm going to start incorporating it. He did the hashtag because Sean asked him, what hashtag do you want us to use so you can find all the posts? He said hashtag Kyle Wilson Inner Circle. So that was the hashtag. So if you look at all my posts from yesterday, hashtag Kyle Wilson Inner Circle. And he goes, that hashtag will be the way I will find the post to do the free giveaways. Yeah. So now you've given him a way to not only promote you, where all the hashtags will come back to you, but you've also given them a way to where you can find what post you put into a drawing. And his drawings, oh my God, like that's whole another level. But he said that's the way he's going to find who goes into the pool for drawings. I thought that was really, really interesting because now you
5 more minutes.
You get more people. You get more. I can't talk that fast. You
Well,
get more
just
people.
don't talk faster.
come
Give
in.
another point.
So, well, I ended with AM.
Okay, so who's next? Mark and Victor?
See, if you ask me questions like that, you make me go to.
I do. This is why. Listen. This is training mode. Suck it up.
Y'all. Yes, the next. Let's see here. You have to be on. Oh, Kyle mentioned after A.M. Williams, and then Greg. Who's Greg with a Z? Z-E? What? How do you, Zelser?
Yeah.
He had a little interjection.
Go to Mark Victor Hansen.
That's what I meant. So
Okay.
right before Mark Victor Hansen, Kyle said, you have to be on the road to somewhere and get interrupted.
Because what did it say? He quoted Acts, didn't he?
Yes, he went into the book of Acts about traveling on the road is where the interruption occurred that actually caused the story to happen. So you have at least got you got to be in motion.
And Kayla mentioned that your story should interrupt other people's story.
That's it. But I want to save Mark Victor Hansen because I want to tell one other story right quick.
Okay.
Okay, so we had a was it lunch break or was it after? Yeah, it was lunch break. And Sean and I are going to get something for lunch. And about that time, my phone rings and it's Kayla in Panama because Kayla was invited on this call too, y'all. Y'all need to realize that. Kayla was listening in Panama the whole time. And Kayla, they have 1 hour Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to go grocery shopping in Panama, and that's it. The women can get out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 1 hour and go grocery shopping. That's it. And Kayla calls me, and she's in line, which we need to post a picture of that. She's walking in line to go into the grocery store for her 1 hour of shopping. And she's been listening to the call. She's got her mask on and the phone rings and it's a video call. And I'm like, hey girl, what's up? And she's like, oh my God, we have been playing so small. What the hell are we doing, Rhonda? This is crazy. I say, oh, good morning. How are you on all my videos? How are you doing? It's so good to see you. She goes, that's so stupid. From now on, I'm going to be, listen to me. We can't play small. You better listen up. She went off. She was so excited and so hyped up. She's like, Rhonda, what the hell have we been doing? We have played so small. We should be so much further along. This is retarded. I can't believe we've acted like this. How in the world, is this so small? And she and I got to have this moment of awakening and awareness of, oh my gosh, we think we've really been putting something out there and we've really just been waving from dirt level. And it is time to start climbing out and dusting the dirt off and get out of the grave. It's time to get up on the earth's surface and live like we're designed to live. There's no reason we shouldn't have an abundant life. And when Kayla called me, my whole insides are sitting here shaking right now. It shook me because she and I could speak woman to woman and we could speak builder to builder. And the lives that are waiting for Kayla and I to speak into, for a video to be real and authentic and hit somebody square in the heart with what it is we can help them do to change their life is wild. And that call, Kayla, I love that you called me because I was about to explode too. That's why I had to get in my car and drive and go get something to eat. Sean's like, I can't eat. I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta move. I'm going to get lunch, and off I went. I ran upstairs, asked Michelle what she wanted, got Mason's order, and off I went to Chick-fil-A. So that call was kind of it wrapped up the first session of this Inner Circle Mastermind call. And I think Kyle would get so tickled at watching that call between me and Kayla because it gave us every bit of energy that we needed to just catapult ourselves even more. So did you feel like that, Kayla, when we were talking? She's just shaking her head. She's not going to talk. No? You don't have anything to add?
A whole nother call would be how to keep that energy. That's what I struggle with, which I know we don't have time for all that, but make notes of that. How do we keep this fire?
It's and so let me let you in on a little secret. It's the physiology of it.
Yes.
It's all in the body. The only reason it leaves is because being mental will make you exhausted. Being physical will give you energy. And the reason that we lose that energy is because it's never stored in our body. It's only a thought. Thoughts are fleeting. It's when it gets stored in your body that it starts to change. And the thing that needs to get out of your body is the old story, and it needs to detox. And you need to go on a celery juice cleanse or a fruit cleanse, or I don't know what kind of cleanse, but you need to get the old story out of you. It's why it takes a year, 18 months for significant change to take place. 18 months, because you can rebuild your body.
Yes. No, I still have the emotion like it was just now it happened, and I mean, I just can't express. I mean, it's so. I don't know. Plus I know you're running out of time too. So, and I know when I started talk, right? But,
No, we got tomorrow.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that I just wait for all that thing because it's a lot. I know if I start right now, I'm just go on. And,
I love you, Kayla. I love you so much. You're so
but yeah, I guess I will tomorrow because you know how I talk. So
Right.
and I love the way I talk now because I know I'm saying that I love the way I talk because that's me and I got that from yesterday. I mean, I'm being genuine and that's me and that's. And I have a lot to share because a lot of things happened after that call too, and a lot of things happened on that line when I call you because I forgot. I mean, it's like I knew I was in front of so many people, but I like really didn't care because it was me, and a lot of things happened after that phone call. And the people, all those ladies on the line.
I can't wait to hear.
I actually were screaming and nobody were talking. I mean, everybody was kind of mad because how many people were waiting to get in the supermarket. And you know I was screaming. I mean, I mean, for some reason, I really disconnect my, I don't know. What
You
was
disconnected from your environment and you got into your own world.
Yeah.
Yes, and I mean I really got disconnected. Talk about disconnected. I did that yesterday, and even the police at the door asked me what was that all about. I mean it was yeah. So that's what I say. I share more of this tomorrow because I still have.
Can't
this
wait.
thing.
That'll be fun. Hey, well, there you go, folks. We got to wrap this up. Any last words? You already did the whole thing. So.
Get up and move. I will never forget yesterday because I went out and got in the car, ran to the car, got lunch, ran back in, moved around, even that kind of movement. Get up and move. And as you're moving, just think about the call and let everything that's been said sink in, but move. Shake your booty, dance.
Review your notes.
Yes, review your notes. We're all freaking
Uncashed
billionaires.
checks.
Yes. Crazy. I love y'all. Thank you for showing me some attention today and listening to me and helping me grow. This, y'all got to understand, y'all are the foundation of my catalyst moment too. I love y'all.
And
thanks for your notes, Rhonda.
Yep.
thank the folks who opened your email this morning.
Yes, those of you, I already sent out an email to email list, and this program that Sean has is unbelievable. You can see as soon as you open it, and as soon as I click send, like 2 seconds, there was 3 people that opened the email already, and I'm so excited for that. So thanks, y'all. I love y'all.
We'll see y'all where?
Next
At the next event.
At the next event.
At the next
Event.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye, y'all, man.
Bye, y'all.
I love you guys.